पंचतत्वा मृताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल मृताय गौर हरि बोल। जय श्रीला गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। मृताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, we will continue to see the rest of the verses, but in each of these verses, there are very, very nice analogies which are given by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. So, we have to discuss these analogies, which will actually make us understand very clearly what is the relationship between Krishna and the material world. So, what is the relationship between external energy, or we can say material world as such, and Krishna? What is the relationship? We can see using those analogies. Okay. So, Prabhupada gave yesterday one is about sunshine, another analogy he gave about a king and the departments, like crude example he mentioned. And in this way, now there is one example Krishna is going to again quote like air. Like this. So when you directly read the sloka, these 4-5 slokas, 3-4 slokas will look little confusing. But when we see the purport, we can very clearly understand that it is about the relationship between Krishna and the material world, how he is present in everything, he is conscious of everything. At the same time, he doesn't touch matter. His spiritual position is not questioned. He doesn't transform into a material just to mix with material, but he is present everywhere. He is having his control everywhere, directly as well as using his energies. So this concept is a little bewildering for the people who really don't understand Krishna properly. So Prabhupada is very nicely giving us an understanding on about Krishna and the material world in this 4-5 slokas. So we have to be very clear about the relationship between Krishna and the material world. Okay, going further, we'll come back to these previous 2 slokas which we saw, because you need to take out those analogies and analyze. But we will proceed with the next verse right now. Just a second. 1 or 2 verses we will see, and after that we'll come back to this. And Krishna is also going to give his analogy. Prabhupada gave some analogy in the purport. Now Krishna directly is giving some analogy so that we can understand. Wait. Okay. So this is the analogy given by Krishna. जय शिल नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताक स्वामी निति नामिने नमो आचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौर कथा नामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Let me switch on this pen. Let us go. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 6. Please repeat. Yata akashasthito nityam.
यथा आकाशस्थितो नित्यम्
Vayu sarvatra go mahan.
Vayu sarvatra go mahan.
Tata sarvani bhutani.
Tata
Sarvani
sarvani
bhutani.
Matstani matstaniti ubadharaya.
Matstaniti
Matstanati
Ubadharaya.
padharaya.
So this is an analogy given by Krishna to explain his relationship with the material world. So understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere, rest always in the sky, created beings rest in me. So he is going to, how the created beings are resting in Krishna is explained by Krishna here. Understand that the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky. So the wind is always in the sky, but it is everywhere also. So all the created beings, they are resting in Krishna. Krishna is everywhere at the same time. So all the created beings are resting in Krishna. So purport, Srila Prabhupada is giving this purport. Just a second, I'll try to use my Bluetooth. Okay, I'll log in from my mobile because I have some work. Okay, start reading.
For the ordinary person, it is almost inconceivable how the huge material creation is resting in him. But the Lord is giving an example which may help us to understand. The sky may be the biggest manifestation we can conceive. And in that sky, the wind or air is the biggest manifestation in the cosmic world. The movement of the air influences the movements of everything. But although the wind is great, it is still situated within the sky. The wind is not beyond the sky. Similarly, all the wonderful cosmic manifestations are existing by the supreme will of God, and all of them are subordinate to that supreme will. As we generally say, not a blade of grass moves without the will of the supreme personality of Godhead. Thus, everything is moving under his will. By his will, everything. Mataji, can you scroll? Hare Krishna Mataji, can you scroll down? Thus, everything is moving under his will. By his will, everything is being created, everything is being maintained, and everything is being annihilated. Still, he is aloof from everything, as the sky is always aloof from the activities of the wind. In the Upanishads, it is stated, Yat Bisha Vata Pavate. It is out of the fear of the Supreme Lord that the wind is blowing. Taittiriya Upanishad 2.8.1. In the Brahad Aranyaka Upanishad 3.8.9, it is stated, Etasya va aksharasya prashasane ghargi surya chandramasau vidraktau tishtata etasya va aksharasya prashasane gargi dyav aprityav vidritau tishtataha. By the supreme order, under the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the moon, the sun, and the other great planets are moving. Mataji, can you please scroll? In the Brahma Samhita 5.52 also it is stated, Yat chakshur esha savita sakala grahana. Yat chakshur esha savita sakala grahana. Raja samasta sura murti ashesha teja. Yasyajanya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Chakro Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. This is a description of the movement of the sun. It is said that the sun is considered to be the one of the eyes of the Supreme Lord and that it has immense potency to diffuse heat and light. Still, it is moving in its prescribed orbit by the order and the supreme will of Govinda. So, from the Vedic literature, we can find evidence that this material manifestation, which appears to us to be very wonderful and great, is under the complete control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This will be further explained in the later verses of this chapter. Krishna. Mataji, can you scroll on? Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you please scroll down? Over, Mataji, finish to read.
I know, yaar. Oh, Krishna, my earphone is not working. Yeah, it is over. I was telling you. Just a second, please. Yeah. So Krishna is giving an example that often air in the sky and it is blowing everywhere. This is the analogy given by Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada is giving very, very clear understanding further of this verse. For an ordinary person, it is almost inconceivable how huge material creation is resting on Krishna. So we see that there is vast sky, vast ocean, vast mountains, and we are living in a particular city like that. Thousands and thousands of cities are there. There people are living everywhere, and it's a small world, and you have the entire universe. So, and like this, millions of universes are there. So, Lord is giving an example which may help us to understand how the Lord is all pervasive. At the same time, He is a personality, He is a single personality, but at the same time, He is all pervasive. So here, the sky may be the biggest manifestation. As far as we are concerned, we open our eyes and look at the sky. It's so vast, there's no limit or end to the sky we see. So that is the biggest manifestation we can conceive of. With our blunt senses, we are sitting in wherever we are sitting in a conditioned state. The sky is one of the biggest manifestation. So,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Haribol, can you hear me?
Yes, Maji, you're audible. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to inform that Guru Maharaj is live. So since the other day we got his live class,
Oh,
if
very
we want to
good.
do that
Thank
today.
you so much.
Uh, it's ISKCON Chennai. Should I share the link in the group?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay.
See, when Guru comes, he is priority number one. Okay. That is the respect. And if Guru Maharaj is not giving class, then we have our class. Always and every time it is like this. We will see if the time is clashing, then we can change the timings. Maybe we can go back to 7:30 to 8:30 or 8 to 9 like that. Okay, thank you, Disha.
Yeah, it was in the app that I saw, Maji. I shared the link, YouTube link
Just
for the live class.
only thing. What is this movie? Only thing is I need to share with the sound. That is the mistake I made that day. I go here, share with the sounds, share sound. Okay, then go here, share.
போயிட்டு மறுபடியும் திரும்ப வந்து இங்கே ஸ்ரீ ஜெகநாத் பூரி தாமில் எப்பவும் அங்கேயே வாசம் பண்ணுவீங்களாக அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டுக்கிட்டாங்க.
কারণ উৎকল দেশে জগন্নাথপুরী থেকে এই নবদ্বীপ ধামে অনেক সংবাদ পাওয়া যাবে.
ஏன்னா நம்ம உத்கல தேசமான ஜெகநாத பூரிக்கும் நவத்வீபத்துக்கும் நமக்கு அடிக்கடி செய்திகள் வந்து ஈஸியாக சச்சி மாதாவுக்கு கிடைக்கும்.
Sachi Mata will receive the message very easily from Jagannath. So she requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, instead of going and staying in Vrindavan, please stay in Puri.
কিন্তু বৃন্দাবন হচ্ছে অনেক দূর, সেখান থেকে কোনো খবর পাওয়া যাবে না.
பிருந்தாவனம் ரொம்ப தூரமாக இருந்த காரணத்தினால அங்கிருந்து சச்சி மாதாவுக்கு செய்திகள் கிடைக்காது. তাই চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু এবং নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু তারা চলে গেছেন জগন্নাথপুরী ধামে. அதனால் சைத்தன்ய மகாபிரபுவும் நித்யானந்த பிரபுவும் ஜெகநாத் பூரிக்கு அங்கிருந்து புறப்பட்டாங்க. এইখানে জগন্নাথ দেব, বলদেব এবং সুভদ্রা এবং সুদর্শন চক্র এখানে আছেন. இந்த கோவில்ல ஜெகநாதர் மற்றும் பலதேவர் மற்றும் சுபத்ரா சுதர்சன சக்கரம் இங்க இருக்கிறாங்க. জগন্নাথ দেব তিনি সবসময় নীলাচলে থাকেন. ஸ்ரீ ஜெகநாத் தேவர் எப்பொழுதும் நீலாச்சலத்தில் வசிக்கக்கூடியவர். এটা উড়িষ্যা ভাষা একটা গান আছে, নীলাচল চন্দ্র জয় জগন্নাথ. ஒரிசா பாஷையில் ஒரு பாட்டு இருக்கு, নীলাচল চন্দ্র আমো প্রভু জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ, সুন্দ্রাচল চন্দ্র আমো প্রভু জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ. নীলাচল হচ্ছে দুর্গা, সুন্দ্রাচল হচ্ছে সদরাম. নীলাচল হচ্ছে দ্বারকা এবং সুন্দরাচল হচ্ছে ব্রজধাম. நீலாச்சலம் துவாரகா தாமம், சுந்தராச்சலம் என்பது பிரஜதாமம். ব্রজধাম নীলাচল থেকে জগন্নাথ ফিরে আসছেন সুন্দরাচল অর্থাৎ বৃন্দাবন. ব্রজধাম থেকে জগন্নাথ ফিরে আসছে সুন্দরাচল অর্থাৎ ব্রজধামে. அதாவது துவாரகாலிருந்து ஜெகநாதர் ரதம் மூலமாக சுந்தராச்சலத்துக்கு வருகிறார். சுந்தராச்சலம் என்பது கிருஷ்ண கிருஷ்ண ஹரே 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 ராம ஹரே ராம 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 ஹரே ஹரே ஹரே. அவருடைய Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare.
রাধা কৃষ্ণ ললিতা বিশাখা তেনারা সবসময় বৃন্দাবনে থাকেন।
ராதா கிருஷ்ணர் மற்றும் லலிதா விசாகா அவர்கள் எப்பொழுதும் பிருந்தாவனத்தில் வசிப்பவர்கள்.
এবং ছোট যে বিগ্রহ আছে রুক্মিণী, দ্বারকাধীশ এবং সত্যভামা, তারা সবসময় দ্বারকা ধামে থাকেন।
இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய சிறிய விக்கிரகங்கள் ருக்மிணி, சத்யபாமா, துவாரகதீசர், இவங்க துவாரக தாமில் இருக்கக்கூடியவங்க.
এই জন্য আমি বলছি আপনারা সবাই ভাগ্যবান, আপনারা সবাই এত সুন্দর ঠাকুরদেরকে আপনারা দর্শন করতে পারছেন।
நீங்கள் அனைவரும் பாக்கியசாலிகள் நான் முதல்ல சொன்னேன். அதுக்கு காரணம் நீங்க இங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா தாமங்களையும் தரிசிக்கிறீங்க.
হরি হরি এবং আপনারা সেই সঙ্গে সেবাও করতে পারছেন।
அது கூட நீங்க அவர்களுக்கு சேவையும் செய்கிறீர்கள்.
Krishna হচ্ছেন যে সব থেকে বড় বিষয়।
কৃষ্ণ হচ্ছেন সব থেকে বড় বিষয়।
கிருஷ்ணர்
বিষয়া
கிருஷ்ணர் இருப்பதிலேயே மிகப்பெரிய விஷயம்.
এবং আমরা আসলে মানুষের উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে কৃষ্ণকে সন্তুষ্ট।
আসলে আমাদের মানুষ সকলের উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে কৃষ্ণকে সন্তুষ্টি বিধান করা।
நம்மளுடைய உண்மையான சுபாவம் என்னன்னா கிருஷ்ணரை திருப்திப்படுத்துவதே.
কৃষ্ণ সন্তুষ্ট করতে পারলে আমি নিজে সন্তুষ্ট অনুভব করো, যেহেতু আমরা হচ্ছি কৃষ্ণ অনুভূত।
তাই কৃষ্ণকে সন্তুষ্ট করতে পারলে আমরা নিজে সন্তুষ্ট অনুভব করব, কারণ আমরা হচ্ছি কৃষ্ণের আণবিক ক্ষুদ্র অংশ।
ஏன்னா நாம் கிருஷ்ணரை அவரை ஆனந்தப்படுத்தினால் நாமும் ஆனந்தம் அடைவோம். ஏன்னா நான் அவர்களுடைய ஒரு பின்ன அம்சம்.
এই জড়জগতে সুখ আছে, দুঃখ আছে।
இந்த ஜட உலகத்துல சுகம் துக்கம் இரண்டும் உள்ளது.
যে ইন্দ্রিয় আপনাদের সুখ দেয় সেই ইন্দ্রিয় আপনাদেরকে আবার দুঃখও দেয়।
நம்மளுடைய புலன்கள்ல எந்த இந்திரியம் சுகம் கொடுக்கிறதோ அதே இந்திரியம் துக்கமும் கொடுக்கிறது.
কিন্তু কর্মার্গের জগৎ সেখানে কৃষ্ণ থাকেন, সেখানে দুঃখ দেয়, আর জগতের সুখ দেয়, ওখানে আনন্দ আছে।
কিন্তু পরমাত্মিক জগতে যেখানে কৃষ্ণ থাকেন সেখানে কোনো দুঃখ নেই এবং জড়জগতে কোনো সুখও নেই, সেখানে পরমাত্মিক আনন্দ আছে।
நம்மளுடைய ஆன்மீக உலகத்துல கிருஷ்ணர் இருக்கிற இடத்துல அங்க துக்கம்ங்கிற வார்த்தைக்கு இடம் இல்லை. அதே போல இந்த ஜட உலகத்துல சுகம் அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தைக்கும் இடம் இல்லை.
তাই আমরা চাই আপনারা সবাই সেই ধামে আপনারা চলে যান।
நாங்கள் வேண்டுவது என்னன்னா நாம் அனைவரும் அந்த பரந்தாமத்துக்கு திரும்ப செல்ல வேண்டும்.
কে কে যেতে চান হাত তোলেন।
யார் யாரெல்லாம் போகணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க கையை தூக்குங்க.
আমরা চাই চলো ঠাকুরকে এখন দর্শন করি।
நாங்கள் விரும்புகிறோம் இப்பொழுது குரு மகாராஜர் பகவானை தரிசனம் பண்ணிட்டு திரும்ப வரேன்னு சொல்றாரு. ஜெய் குரு மகாராஜ் கி. நீங்க எல்லாருமே இங்க உட்கார்ந்துருங்க. குரு மகாராஜர் விக்ரம் தரிசனம் பண்ணிட்டு திரும்ப வருவாங்க. சாரி குரு மகாராஜ். உங்களுக்கு குரு மகாராஜர் பெங்காலி பேசுறதுனால பரவாயில்லையா? ஹரி போல்.
Hare Krishna. Somebody keep track of Guru Maharaj's return. By that time, we will see if we can complete this one verse. Okay? All of you there? Hari Bol?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. His classes in Chennai are very, very blissful. Already 3 classes he has given. Now this is the 4th class. So somebody keep track, and when Guru Maharaj comes back to the class, maybe we'll try to stream it. But he is speaking in Bengali and it is translated in Tamil, so there's no English. Generally, he gives class in English. Okay, anyway. You can see that later also, but sometime you will miss it. That is not good. Some people are very, very serious, like Ayan Mandal Prabhu, Abhiram Mangal, Jagannath Jiva Palak and all, never miss any Guru Maharaj classes. They always keep track of, now like Disha, he kept track of the Guru Maharaj's app. Also, a notification in Facebook and YouTube. You have to go and follow and subscribe to the channel, Jayapataga Swami. So when you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notification when Guru Maharaj goes live. Jayapataga Swami is live. Like that, you'll get notification. So when you click on the notification, you can immediately see his classes. You should not miss Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chitate Koriyaikya Arano Karamane Asha. We simply keep on singing like parrots in the temple programs. But when Guru is giving lecture, if we don't listen, what kind of disciple are we? And hearing from a pure devotee brings a great transformation. We may understand, may not understand, but even simply sitting, like Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb, he didn't know any language, but simply being in the womb and Narada Muni speaking, great transformation happened and he became a pure devotee. Within 5-year-old boy, he was able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly, and all the instructions were within him. So we should know that beyond everything, spiritual master always takes the first position. Any class, any program, everything is secondary when there is spiritual master. So when Guru Maharaj gives live classes, you have to be there. This is essential. There's no second thought about it. Thank you, Disha. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that day when I shared, I was absorbed in the class, so I didn't share the sound. Anyway, don't miss out. Subscribe to Jayapataka Swami channel in YouTube. And then go and check what are all the live classes, and just hear how much time, 24 hours we have. Guru Maharaj classes are hardly 30 minutes, 1 hour, maximum 40 minutes, 1 hour. That's all. With the translation and everything. Don't miss out. Okay. Let us just check this out. So the sky may be the biggest manifestation we can conceive, and in the sky, the wind and air is the biggest manifestation in the cosmic world. So people say that there is really, really wrong that they say that in sun there is, in the moon planet there is vacuum. They say consider something like vacuum. Vacuum means there's no air, but still there is space. So there is sky or space. So they cannot remove the space, but they say that they remove some air from a space and say that this is, but this material world is like a balloon and there is air everywhere. So that is another contradiction between the so-called modern science and the scriptures. And the scripture says that the sky is there and the sky is filled with air everywhere, including moon planet. Wherever moon planet, there is waterfalls, there is greeneries. They have a better life than in earth, and there are so many living beings and there are so many people living there in a high class society. They have royal life in moon planet, but they showed us an empty craters with no air, people floating in a balloon kind of dress. What nonsense they showed in the modern. So all bogus is found out right now. The moon landing is bogus, has been found out by all the scientists right now. But at once upon a time, Prabhupada refuted it. But here we can see that the Prabhupada is mentioning in the sky, in the wind is the wind or air is the biggest manifestation. So the movement of the air influences the movement of everything. So we can see the air is moving and everything gets moved. But although the wind is great, it is still situated within the sky. The air requires a place and the sky is the place, or the space or the sky is the place. So the wind is not beyond the sky, the wind is within the sky. Similarly, all the wonderful, so this is one example given by Krishna. Similarly, last purport we saw the king and departments. Similarly, this one example, the wonderful cosmic manifestation are existing by the supreme will of God. So they are resting on the supreme Lord. So as we generally say, not a blade of grass without the will of the supreme Lord, even a blade of grass will not move. So everything is moving under his will only. So Krishna's will is executed. In the last purport, we saw one more very beautiful thing, very nice statement, that we will something. Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. So we have some plans. Sometime it happens. Sometime we have lot of hurdles in achieving it. Sometime it doesn't happen. So there are many chances that it doesn't happen. Your plans will never happen. Very rarely it happens. Because the world doesn't move according to your will. You understand that. But Krishna, all the energies, internal, external, marginal energy, everybody is cooperative to Krishna except certain diseased conditioned soul who are refusing to do it. Otherwise, everybody, even external energy, the wind, the sun, the moon, by the fear of Krishna, we are seeing that the sun is moving, the moon is moving in his orbit by the fear of Krishna, even though it is the eye of Krishna. Still it is moving in the fear of Krishna. So thus everything is moving under his will. Whatever Krishna wills will happen. That's all. He wills. He need not even do. Because he has his energies who are servants who are waiting for his will. And as soon as he wills, immediately they execute. And there's no time between his willing and executing. It is so micro, not even microsecond, that it's immediately done. So we feel everything is automated. It looks automated, but it's not automated. Krishna is willing and everything is moving. But still, he is aloof from everything. Means he doesn't touch material, but still by his will, everything is acting. The sky is aloof from the activities of the wind, but the wind rests in the space. So here, full purport, there is one nice example given that it is out of the Yadbisha Pavate. It is our fear, it is out of fear of the Supreme Lord, the wind is blowing. Not only the wind is blowing, the sun and the moon, everything is moving in its orbit. Sun is also considered one of the biggest manifestation. So the sun and the moon, which are real big manifestation, they are all great planets are moving by the supreme order or the superintendence of the supreme. Chakshureva savita sagalagrahanam raja samastasura murti rasesha teja, who's called of all the illuminating object, the raja is nothing but the sun planet. Is considered Sakala Grahanam Raja. Yachakshureva Savita. You have moon also. Samasta Suramurti Rasesha Teja. It has so much effulgence. But they are all moving. Yasyagnya Pramati Sambrata Kala Chakro. Even the time chakra, the Kala Chakra, everything is moving under the supreme will of Govinda. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. The sun, the description of the movement of the sun, it is said that the sun is considered as one of the eyes of the Supreme Lord, and that it has immense potency to diffuse heat and light. We are so far away from the sun. But in the summer, how do we feel? We feel very hot. Very, very hot. So see how far is the sun, and it is able to penetrate into your skin, which is so far away. Then think of the sun, power of the sun. How the light is simply penetrating everywhere, and even a small hole is there, the light is penetrating. But still, that great sun, it is moving. Raja, of all the Sagala Graha, it is considered Raja. The king of all the planets is the sun. So from the Vedic literature, we can find the evidence. So it's still on the moving prescribed on the order of Govinda. So from the Vedic literature, we can find evidence that this material manifestation which appears to us to be very wonderful and great, is under the complete control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So further Krishna will explain how his relationship with the material world is the supreme controller of the material world. And without his will, nothing moves. Everything is resting upon Krishna. But at the same time, Krishna doesn't touch matter. He stays in a spiritual position only. That is the speciality, crux of this. Okay, we see the next verse, 9.7. Please repeat. Sarvabhutani Kaunteya
सर्वभूतानि
सर्वभूतानि
Prakritim Yanti Mamikam
यान्ति मामिकाम्
Alpakshaye Punastani
पश्ये पुनस्तानि
Kalpado Visrajamyaham.
कल्पादौ
विसृजाम्यहम्
विसृजामि अहम्.
O son of Kunti, at the end of millennium, this kalpa means there is kalpakshaye punastani kalpau. So millennium is what is given here by Prabhupada. O son of Kunti, at the end of millennium, all the material manifestations enter into my nature. And at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. So already in the fourth chapter, not fourth chapter, the previous chapter, you saw the lifetime of Brahma, right? Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. What is that? Sahasra Yuga Paryandam Har It Brahmano Viduhu. You saw the Sakale Neha Mahata. Sorry, not Sakale. Brahmane Viduhu. Sahasrantam means at the end of Sahasra Yuga, everything is destroyed. So here the same Kalpa is mentioned. So this Kalpa Adi, the starting of Kalpa, it is created again. And at the end of Kalpa, it is destroyed. Kalpa means the one day of Brahma. Kalpa is nothing but one day of Brahma. Means 1000 Chaturyugas is the day of Brahma. So here, the description about the day of Brahma is given and how by Krishna's will it is created and destroyed. Somebody kindly read. And if I'm not scrolling, I'm watching it, it will take 2 minutes or 3 minutes for me to do it. Just be patient. Don't become irritated. Hare Krishna. Read it.
The creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material cosmic manifestation are completely dependent on the supreme will of the personality of Godhead. At the end of the millennium means at the death of Brahma, Brahma lives for 100 years and his one day is calculated as 4.3 trillion years for every 4.3 trillion for every earthly years. His night is of the same duration. His month consists of 30 such days and nights, and his year is 12 months. After 100 such years, when Brahma dies, the devastation or annihilation takes place. This means that the energy manifested by the Supreme Lord is again wound up in himself. Then again, when there is a need to manifest the cosmic world, it is done by his will. Bahu Shyam. Although I am one, I shall become many. This is the Vedic aphorism Chandra Chandogya Upanishad 6.2.3. He expands himself in this material energy and the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place.
That's it. Thank you very much. So here, Krishna is telling that everything is rest upon me, but the end of everything, see, at the end of day of Brahma, what happens? I already explained this to you, that the Brahma and all the living entities goes except the Jada. The Jada Prakriti is filled with water. Half of the universe is filled with water. Rest of the half will be dry. But still the sun and the moon and all will be parked in Brahma Loka. Then Brahma goes to sleep. He goes to the mother's and mother, the baby goes to the mother's lap for sleeping. Or mother, father, everything is Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. So he goes inside the Garbha of the Lord and he goes and take rest. All the living entities, according with their karma, they grow and they also go into Yoga Nidra. Everybody goes into Yoga Nidra. So I told you in the Nidra, in Bhagavatam, very nicely it is explained. In the Nidra, Brahma is explained by the full dreaming about Supreme Lord and his incarnations. Brahma is a very, very dear son of Krishna. Very dear son of Garbhadra Sai Vishnu, Brahma. More than anybody, is very, very dear. Because his mother, father, everything is Lord only. So even in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, he came as Haridas Thakur. And Lord Chaitanya showered so much affection and mercy on him. So the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material cosmic manifestation is supreme will of the Lord only. He will destroy it, he'll create it again. So there are two things. At the end of millennium means at the death of Brahma. Here, in previous, when we see Sahasrantam, what we saw is at the end of day of Brahma. But here, the death of Brahma is mentioned. The previous chapter, you saw the Kalpa, the end of millennium. So here, the millennium Prabhupada is mentioning that at the end of millennium means death of Brahma. So even the universe gets destroyed. The universe, like Brahma, lives one Kalpa, 1,000 years, 1,000 Chaturyuga is one day, and 1,000 Chaturyuga is one night. Like that, one day and night, like 360 days, 1 year for Brahma, and like that, 100 years he lives. Means 2000 Chaturyuga into 360 is 1 year, which can, and then into 100 is his lifetime, Brahma's life. So Brahma lives for 100 years. So 100 years, 360 days, and 1 day is calculated 43 crores Chaturyugas. 43. Very easy to remember this. Sometime devotees ask me how to remember this number. It's very, very easy to remember. Okay, only one thing you remember. The Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Just you have to remember only one thing. The Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. This only number you need to remember. Human years, 4,32,000 human years is one Kali Yuga. Now, double of that is Treta Yuga and triple of that is Dwapara Yuga. Means Dwapara Yuga is double, Treta Yuga is triple, and Satya Yuga is 4 times of that. So totally 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. Okay. So if you add a 0 to this 4,32,000 years, it will become 1 Chaturyuga. Chaturyuga means Kali Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Sorry, Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Satya Yuga. Now Satya Yuga is 4 times of Kali Yuga, and 3 times is Treta Yuga. Dwapara Yuga is 2 times of Kali Yuga time. So 4,32,000 plus 2 times 4,32,000 plus 3 times 4,32,000 plus 4 times 4,32,000 will be 10 times. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have just need to add a 0. So 43 lakhs, 4,32,000 became 43 lakh. 43 lakh 20,000 years is 1 Chaturyuga. So this is second, another 0 you add, then you will, in the Kali Yuga time, you add 1 more 0, then you will get 1 Chaturyuga time. So this is the way you remember the number. Very, very easy to remember in this way. I used to remember like this. And then, so 1 Chaturyuga you got. So again, the multiply is by 1,000. So another 3 zeros you need to add. I don't want to tell the number, but I'm just telling you in a paper you want to show to somebody or explain in preaching classes or whatever. Just add 1,000 will be day and into 2. Means you have to multiply it by 1,000, 2,000, then it will be 1 kalpa. After multiplying it by 2,000, then you have to multiply it by 360 days for 1 year. So this 43 lakhs, 20,000 into 2,000 will be 1 day. And again into 360 will be 1 year. And into 100 will be 1 lifetime of Brahma. This is the way you easily calculate. Okay, easily you can remember. So his night is of the same duration. His month consists of 30 such days and night. His year is 12 months. After 100 such years, when Brahma dies, so you see that every month has only 30 days and nights. So 30 into 12 will be exactly 360. Not like leap year, this, that, and on confusions and all. No, very clear. And 360 days is only 1 year. The sun also. The little extra is coming even in a year. Purushottam Adhik we are adding it up. So that's very, very little deviation. But otherwise, it's 30 only. So Brahma's life also ends. The Brahma dies, the entire universe becomes devastated. Brahma, he will breathe out the Brahmanda and he will breathe in the Brahmanda. This means that the energy manifested the Supreme Lord is again wound up. All the universes gets wound up sometime. Gradually, all the universes get wound up inside Krishna. And again, when he breathes out, again all the universes get manifest. Then again, there is a need to manifest the cosmic world. It is done by his will. Whenever Krishna wants, he will create the material world. When he doesn't want the material world, it will remain as the single chunk of matter called Mahatattva. So the Mahatattva sometimes breaks and it becomes the material world. And sometimes it stayed in a unified form. So that is full of this description is in the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto onwards. There are 2, 3, or 4 places the creation is explained. Questions asked by Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit to Sukadeva, and Vidura to Maitreya, Narada to Brahma. There are many, many places that creation is being described. So this is the concept. So Bahushyam, although I am one, I shall become many. So this is the Vedic aphorism in Chandogya Upanishad that is mentioned. So he expands himself in this material energy, the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place. When Krishna wills, he will inject the spirit souls inside this material manifestation. First, material manifestation breaks open into multiple varieties and then many universes. As I told you, the global variable is there, like where the earth, water, fire, air, ether, all this will be come in the common area. And then it will be taken from the common area. Each of the Brahma will create his own dolls, like doll creation within the universe. And then the Brahma also does one annihilation. He also creates, maintains and destroys. Creation, maintenance, destruction happens even within the universe. As I told you, there are 2 creations. One is the major creation or the primary creation called Sarga, and the secondary creation done by each of the Brahma within their universes by taking the global ingredients, that is called Visarga or secondary creation. So in this way, it happens. Okay. Om Tat Sat. And it is happening by the Krishna's will only. Even Brahma is bewildered when he is born. He doesn't understand anything. Then Krishna explains him how to create. And then based on the explanation and the instruction given by the Supreme Lord, Brahma creates by the will of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, Brahma basically is ignorant. Like how a child is, as soon as born, he is ignorant. And based on the parent's instruction, he may proceed further in life. Same way, Brahma proceeds further based on the instruction of given by his mother and father, Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. And Mahavishnu also appears. Krishna also appears for him. When he is born, he does tapasya. All that you will learn when you go to Bhakti Vaibhav Bhakti Vaibhav in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? 5.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, not a question, but from the discussion of Brahma's lifetime, I was just thinking Brahma Vimohan Leela happened just a few minutes ago for Brahma. Then.
Not only minutes, not minutes, it's a movement.
Yeah, even lesser, yeah.
Less than a second. Because if you see even 1 second, it will be so large in Brahma's time for us.
Yeah.
So
we are discussing is like a 5,000-year-old pastime.
Yes, yes.
But
You can refer to that when you're explaining about the millennium. You can explain. There are many. One more pastime I'll tell you. Similar to Brahma Vimohan Leela. There was a king called Kukudmi. Anarthas. He had a beautiful kingdom called Anarthas. This Anarthas kingdom was inside the ocean and very, very beautiful. Somewhere near Orissa, Utkala, somewhere in the Bay of Bengal, somewhere. Very beautiful kingdom. And he had a beautiful daughter. Daughter's name was Revati. So she was very qualified and very, very elegant girl. So the king was looking for a proposal, and because of her excellent qualities, he was not able to find anybody. So he thought that I will find from Brahma. So the kings of those times were so powerful. They were able to do interplanetary travel in no time. In the time, they'll travel in the speed of mind. So just they think they need to go, they can go there. There are certain maybe some mantras or rituals. They just need to do it quickly and then they can reach there. So the kings were very powerful. So the king told his daughter, let us discuss with Brahma. I'm not seeing anybody qualified right now. Any king is not qualified here. So he goes to the Brahma's kingdom and he just meets Brahma and tells that I have my daughter Revati. I'm looking for a qualified king matching. Then Brahma asks, this in Satyuga, this king was there long time back. Then Brahma asks, whom do you think or the kings? So he names 2-3 kings. Then Brahma says, all these kings have already died. They've all finished, then immediately let me take you to Earth planet. So when they came back immediately, this conversation happened for maybe 2-3 seconds or some time. By the time many yugas have passed and this anarthas have has become empty and all that has finished, and then this Kukudimi was very surprised, and Kukudimi and Revati were very tall when compared. So Brahma said, no, Satyuga is finished, now Kali Yuga has come, because you had the conversation for 1 minute with me, less than a minute with me. So it's all done. You came here. You actually, we should call Brahma here, like to talk with him is better. To go in a time, they in Hollywood movies and all, they show time travel. So this is very good time travel you see here. This is the best time travel ever. And then they came in future. They went to Brahma, met him and came back. And by the time it has become future, all his relatives, friends, everybody is dead. His kingdom is finished. Many years have passed, like 4,32,000 years and all big. They are too big, right? So then Brahma said, yes, your daughter is born for, now Krishna and Balrama has appeared. So your daughter is specifically consort of Balram. He is the qualified husband. So let me take. And immediately he brings to Balram. And Balram, Brahma says that this is your eternal consort Revati. You need to get married. So Balram had 2 wives. One is Revati and another is Varuni. And the Varuni also gave his from the tree, he drinks honey, so that nectar is provided by Varuna. So he gave Varuni as the wife of Balarama. So that's also one more wife. But this Revati was very tall. So then Kukudmi said, how can I get married my daughter to Balram? They are all very small, Balram, Krishna. But for us, Balram and Krishna were very tall in Kali Yuga because they were in the previous Yuga. But Gaurnitai were about our height, a little higher. Maybe they were 6 feet like that, 6-7 feet like that. The life-size deities are there in Mayapur. They are the life-size deities. When Lord Chaitanya came, how big he was, you want to see how Advaita Acharya was there, how Srivas Thakur was there. They were big men, manly people. They were not womenish. Sometimes they depict, Guru Maharaj always says that sometimes they depict Lord Chaitanya like very girlish. No, not like that. He didn't show any girlish feature. He is Mahaprabhu. He's Mahaprabhu. He's fully manly person. Radharani wants to come as a man, as Gadadhara, he'll be manly. Why he has to be womanish man? They're so confused, like Sahajiyas. So they were proper men, all 5 Prabhus and Mahaprabhus. So when we use the word Mahaprabhu, Prabhu and all, it typically masculine. And typically they are men, proper men with proper shoulders and chest and everything like that. You see the Panchatattva, then you will know. So then Balrama took his plow and touched on the head of Revati, and immediately she became small and matching to Balram. So Brahma and Kukudimi got them married. Then Kukudimi said, what will I do? So you go to Badrigasham and do tapasya or something. So he went back. Kukudimi went away. Then Revati was married and was with Balarama. Later, when there was constant disturbance in Mathura by this various Asuras. So they wanted to protect the citizens. So they wanted to create Dwaraka. So Krishna said that I'll bring spiritual palaces and all, but I want a suitable place. So in the airplane, Krishna and Balram flies. His wife tells that my father's kingdom is empty, anarthas. It's called anarthas. It's in the middle of the sea. So attacking that will be very difficult. So let us go. So they fly, Balram and his wife. They fly and Revati shows her in-laws, Balram's in-laws place he's seeing. So Kukudimi is more than happy to offer, because when Kukudimi had taken his daughter, his brother was ruling, and then they were ruling, and in the due course of time, every kingdom finishes. So they were big, very big kingdom, very large island in the middle of the sea, very, very large. 16,108 palaces can come there. See, Krishna brought that 16,108 palaces in one night. He set up beautiful city within a night. Balram immediately came and told, now this Jarasandha is keep on attacking us. So we need to arrange. So Krishna arranged everything, then shifted all the residents overnight. And when the citizens were sleeping in Mathura, but when they woke up next day, they were all in Dwaraka, in each of their palaces. How beautiful is Krishna. Oh, Jai Brajbhumi Brindavan Dham ki Jai, Dwaraka Dham ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. This is another time travel. This is Brahma's time comparison. There are many examples of that. This Brahma Vimohan Leela is very nice remembrance for this time travel. Okay. Any other questions or comments? 5, 4.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, on the lifetime of Brahma, after the lifetime of Brahma, I mean, this universe is annihilated and then merged into Mahatattva. That's what we say. So, but there is also some places we say that the next Brahma is going to be Hanuman. So is it for some other universe, Mataji? That was one question that was coming to my mind.
Who said next Brahma?
Somebody.
Hanuman is Murari Gupta. He will return back to his
Krishna.
spiritual
Okay.
world.
In some of
He
the
has
classes, they
eternal.
say Mataji.
No.
So,
They're
okay.
blabbering nonsense.
In ISKCON only they say. So,
ISKCON.
yeah, Mataji.
Neophytes also, that's what I said. They read Bhagavad Gita and they think the end of the world. Some brahmacharis I know, they have not touched Bhagavatam for 10 years, 15 years. Bhagavad Gita, LKG again. There is something called double promotion. They re-promotion, de-promotion. They sit in LKG only throughout their life. So Guru Maharaj always says Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta. So we have to proceed. When we go to Bhagavatam, we have a clearer picture on the smaller aspects which are presented in Bhagavad Gita. Has a very clear understanding in Bhagavatam. Various conversations, various things. We get evidences for everything, proper evidences. So there's no confusion. The example is given, like the bubbles are there, no? The children, they play with some bubbles, right? You could have seen that the soap bubbles, they blow it up and small bubble will come. Sometime big bubble will come, sometimes small bubble will come. But each of the bubble will not break at the same time. Some small bubble may break quickly and the large bubble may float for some time and break. So same way, these universes, there is one-headed Brahma, four-headed Brahma, thousand-headed Brahma, 10,000-headed Brahma. That comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. All these Brahma will come and offer obeisances to Krishna. So our Brahma will be surprised. One time Brahma wanted to see Krishna. He comes to Dwaraka and he says to the doorkeeper, I want to see Krishna. So the doorkeeper and tell that Brahma has come. So when the doorkeeper goes to Krishna and says that Brahma has come, so Krishna will ask one question, which Brahma? So the doorkeeper will come and ask, which Brahma? Krishna asked. So which Brahma? How can there be so many Brahmas? I am the only Brahma in this universe. So we all have this aspect. We have a smaller vision in the conditioned state. We think only we are humans. We are only Indians are great. We can't even have a national, international ideas. And then what to speak of living entities, other inclusive of other living entities, understanding ourselves as a living entity. So when we are in conditioned state, we get conditioned by time and space. So Brahma got conditioned and he said, which Brahma? What? Till four-headed Brahma, I am the ruler of this universe, creator of this universe. I have come four-headed Brahma. Oh, okay, I'll call him in. So immediately Krishna came and hugged him and all, he offered obeisances. Then Brahma said, before I'll tell why I came, I want to ask one question. Why did you ask which Brahma? Then Krishna says, this comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This entire pastime comes in Chaitanya. Mahaprabhu describes this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a better vision, no? Because he's outside all the universes. He can show everything to us. Lord Chaitanya is the only person now, he is giving the complex things so easily. Many rishis and munis lived in Satyuga, Treta Yuga. They don't understand these concepts. And we are sitting and speaking in English and we are understanding everything. We are in the Ashuric civilization. But still we are understanding great concepts so easily. See, this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And of course, Acharya Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains this pastime. Then what happens? Then, yes, you are one of the Brahma. There are many universes. Each of the universe has a Brahma as a creator. So, Brahma was surprised. Really? Yeah? You want to see? Then Krishna calls. So, this Brahma is standing there and he just remembers the other Brahmas, please come. So, immediately he can see so many Brahmas are coming. 1,000-headed Brahma, 100-headed Brahma, 10,000-headed Brahma, 100,000-headed Brahma, 1 crore-headed Brahma. Their heads are shining with so many beautiful crowns, and they are so hefty and big, and they are coming in, walking inside Dwaraka palace and offering clink, 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 clink sound is coming. Their heads are smashing that because on the ground all the golden crowns are smashing in the ground and sound is coming, and Brahmas is so surprised, and they offered, Prabhu, you called, you thought about us, so we came, Prabhu. It's so beautiful that you're doing your pastime in this universe. We are so fortunate to see you. So not all the Brahmas came, but there are many Brahmas came. They were walking and walking, and this small four-headed Brahma was so surprised. And then after they all went, then Krishna told, you're the smallest, this universe is the smallest of all the universe. In sometimes there is one-headed Brahma, but in our universe, which is the four-headed Brahma's universe, our universe is the smallest of all the universes. This also Krishna says, and he says that there are Brahmas in other universes. All my pastimes are going on there, even I incarnate in their universes. They are also very good devotees. Very rarely some Brahma becomes Bahirmukha. So they may become Asurik or offensive. Very rare. Almost all the Brahmas are pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, because they cannot create without the empowerment of the Supreme. So they are kind of Shakti Avesh. So they are Gunavatar also, Rajagunavatar, and also they are given the power of creation, which is only Supreme Lord is eligible to create. So when this Brahma, like how the bubbles, when the babies, when the children are playing, they blow up the bubble, each of the bubble will finish. So it will finish and wind up in Krishna. And again, it will, so there is no next, this universe will not be there. When Brahma dies, this universe finishes. The new bubble may be created. So Hanuman is nobody but Murari Gupta. He has his eternal residence in two main places. One is with Lord Chaitanya in the eternal constitutional position. And as Hanuman in Rama Vaikuntha also, he has his eternal constitutional position. And he incarnates in this material world in order to demonstrate the affection of the devotee. So it is incarnation. It is not that when he comes here, he is absent in the spiritual world. He is still present in the spiritual world. So he just comes, Garuda. Some incarnations, they are Nitya Siddhas. They come here. Guru Maharaj says that now Paramahamsas will be born. There are many demigods already appeared. Gandharvas have appeared. They are doing excellent kirtans. In that way, each of the demigods and Gandharvas, we get bewildered by that only, like this. Because we are human beings. Even in India, when a foreigner comes, we open the mouth and look, like this. Same way we are looking, oh, he is so powerful, that Prabhuji is very powerful. This very effulgent. He is able to convince many people. Of course, demigods attract many people. That doesn't mean they are supreme personality of God or they are pure devotees. Need not necessarily, just because there is a big crowd, they need to be pure devotees or not. It is by we saw the characteristics of pure devotional service in this chapter from very beginning. The characters we see: Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam Bhaktiru Uttama Bhaktiruchyate. Definition of pure devotional service. So that is different, attracting Krishna fully. Even there in Yadukula, they were all relatives of Krishna in Dwaraka, very clearly mentioned in Bhagavatam. They never knew Krishna as original Goloka Vraja Krishna. They never knew. They thought Paramatma Vishnu, he has appeared as Krishna as avatar. Even demigods. Krishna doesn't reveal his originality so easily. Only by Lord Chaitanya's mercy we are getting this topmost information. Lord Chaitanya is unlimitedly merciful, we say. But when we read Bhagavatam, we understand big rishis, munis, demigods, they cannot know what we are knowing right now. Of course, they are knowing right now because they are appearing in the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya, becoming some big leaders or temple presidents or something. Gandharvas, they may appear and they generally sing and dance, and we can see beautiful girls and boys coming now, singing and dancing. We don't know how they became devotees, but they are singing nicely. And they, if you see their sadhana or spiritual knowledge, it will not be so excellent. Human beings are certainly of very high class character because we are descendants of Manu. We look very ordinary, but very powerful because we can execute pure devotional service very easily because we are not carried away by the beauty of the life or the beauty of the bodily features or excellent living conditions. We are not carried away by that. So we are very fortunate. And now next Guru Maharaj is telling that Paramahamsas will appear. So this Murari Gupta, Hanuman, Garuda, they are all Paramahamsas. They are all from spiritual world. They come here. So within the material world, some Gandharva come, Deva come. What is the big deal? They can come anyway. Indra casually appeared to Arjuna and all, he gave Astra and all. So easy. Within the material universe, people see each other. Within the jail, the jailer may come here and there and go. That is different. But outside from the jail, somebody comes, that is special. So when Krishna comes, or a pure devotee who comes from spiritual world, who are already attained Siddhadeka, not attained Siddhadeka, they are eternally there. Like how when Krishna comes, Radharani comes, Yashoda comes, all the Sakhis come. These are all transcendental personalities. So same way, when the transcendental personalities, when they enter, when with Lord Chaitanya, so many transcendental personalities came. So many. Nityananda Prabhu is Balram himself. Radharani was Gadadhara. Mahavishnu from outside, he came in. Panjamukha Shiva, that is also Advaita Goshai. And Narada Muni, who's eternally Srivas Thakur in spiritual world, he came. And in this way, many, Tulsi Devi, she came. Narayar Sarkar Thakur, Vrinde Devi. In this way, every associate, even in Brajalila, the transcendental associate, they came here. So there is the people get confused. This is called Rasa Abhas. They don't understand the philosophy properly. They get confused. So you should always refer to scriptures. You should not say, they say, he said, some Prabhuji said, some Mataji said, somebody said. So they may say, we should not blaspheme them. We should not blaspheme them. Guru Maharaj said that you take what you want to take from the plate. So like Hamsa. So what is Hamsa? Why somebody is called a Parama Hamsa? The word Hamsa is used. Parama means spiritual, transcendental. Hamsa means swan. You know, Hamsa is a swan. Like it's not a duck, it is very beautiful big swan. Nowadays the swans are not available. They say as swans in London and all, they show small birds. But a swan will be very big and beautiful. Like a human being, it will walk, and it will very intelligent bird, very nice bird, high class bird. They are all finished now. Extinct they became. A little similar to swans, certain birds are there, smaller versions. So these swans have a quality: when milk and water is mixed and kept, then they will drink it. But when they drink it, they drink only the milk and the water will be left. So generally, these pure devotees are always considered like Hamsa, even when they live in this material world, which has transcendental also. Like Tulsi is transcendental. Wherever we see in the street, she's transcendental. And there is material also, there is spiritual also, everything is mixed. If you are getting a mobile phone, you can use it for sense gratification, or you can use it for spreading Krishna consciousness, or listening to lecture, or this, like this. So you can use it, you can become a hamsa, or you can become a crow. So there are two things, one is a crow, another is hamsa. So you can choose to be whatever you want. So this hamsa is a word used. Paramahamsa means taking the transcendental things and leaving the material. So if there is a lecture, if somebody may be neophyte, yesterday's in class you saw the 3 levels of faith. So there may be devotees in ISKCON only, everybody ISKCON on devotee. Why? What is the use of you reading the previous purport? The previous purport, 3 gradation is given in Ishopanishad, 3 gradation. Maybe only for certificate, we are so much accustomed to do academic things by only for certificate, not for knowledge. Very rarely people read books for knowledge. So, but Prabhupada is making you read it for knowledge. So don't come to this Bhakti Shastri class, or don't read any of the purports just for the mechanical purpose, or just for the getting certificate. You read it really. So in previous purport, you read 3 things. One is you did a big research on it. You take notes on it. What is the use? No realization. So you have to connect everything, connect the dots, and see that ISKCON will have all 3 kinds of devotees. There will be first class, second class, and third class. So sometimes third class devotee may also give a lecture. Sometimes second class devotee will give a lecture. Sometimes first class devotee will give a lecture. Guru is beyond all this, more than third class. First class. So we have to give first priority to Guru. So we have to listen to Guru Maharaj lecture. How much are we listening to other Prabhus? How much are we listening to Guru? So when we constantly listen to Guru Maharaj class, all these confusions will not be there. Certainly it will not be there. So we are quoting so many Prabhus. Are we quoting Guru Maharaj? That means we are not listening to Guru's lecture. We may think, oh, I may not understand. But there is a repeater. The repeater is sitting there and repeating. He is doing his service. So the repetition is as good as Guru Maharaj. Very small deviations will be there, but that is forgiven. Same like Bhagavatam, in introduction it is written, it may have some faults, but still it is transcendental. So in material world, representing transcendental is very difficult. So there may be some little flaws. So you, like a Hamsa, has to take what is according to scripture, and what is materially they are speaking, just leave the water in the plate. Don't drink that water. Just drink only the milk like a swan. So then we also become Paramahamsa. Even though we are, Prabhupada said, be a fish but don't touch water. Be a fish but don't touch water. Be in the ocean. Be in the water. Like Kamala Dalajala, like the lotus leaf. So we are in the material world. So people are progressing gradually. So they sometimes may blabber something. But we just need to be forgiving and not forgiving. Maybe we can clarify. Like, very nice that you clarified. So I explained to you. Now I think you must be clear. But it is not blaspheming other devotees. Sometimes I see people referring to some Panduranga Vitala, this, that, which is not quoted by Prabhupada. Very painful, especially to senior devotees when we are sitting in some classes. Very, very painful to see that. But we don't correct them there, because each one have the time to mature. Unless we are authoritatively, like for example, I can correct you because you are coming and sitting in my class as students. But in the public, when somebody is speaking, they didn't accept me as their Siksha Guru, or not Siksha Guru, whatever guide, counselor or guide or teacher or anything. Then how can we go and correct? So we should take only the, there will be some milk. Sometimes it's very diluted, lot of water, little milk. Sometimes 1 drop of milk with water, sometimes full of milk with little water. Full, only milk, Guru Maharaj is giving pure milk. Even if you are a Hamsa, you will drink the entire thing which is given by Guru Maharaj. So Srila Prabhupada's and Guru Maharaj's lectures should take priority first. Sometimes people are attracted to local language, so they prefer to take their local language lectures because they can understand. And sometimes they get into such troubles of confusions. But it is because material, it is temporary and it will vanish. All your misconceptions will vanish because you're chanting 16 rounds every day. You'll not be corrupted by this information. So you need not take it very serious and blaspheme the other devotee. Just leave it. That's all. They will also mature, and you will be protected from wrong information by the Supreme Lord because you're chanting 16 rounds every day. Certainly the holy name will protect you. Is that all right, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Thanks, Mataji.
It's a wrong
yeah,
information.
yeah.
There is no next Brahma to this universe, and not all wrong information.
Because we have not read all the books. When we hear, right, we tend to believe, because unless we read everything like in
Need not
full detail, right?
necessarily.
Yeah.
Even if you hear certain Prabhupada lecture, every day one Prabhupada lecture, Guru Maharaj, whenever he is giving lecture, you need to hear. So what it does is, Divyagyan Hriday Prakashito. It gives a lot of realization, realized knowledge you get. So you will understand the formula. You may not have the information. You're thinking you will go to the book and gather all the information in your head. How much can you remember? But when Lord gives you the formula, using the formula, you will be able to immediately scale up, whether this is right or wrong according to the science of Krishna consciousness. If you understand, like there are three energies, external, internal, marginal potencies are there, and like the universal creation, annihilation, these basics, you know the science, then using that formula, you can just easily identify something is right or wrong. So how this formula get manifest in your heart? By listening to pure devotee. Hearing from pure devotee has entire Bhagavatam again and again and again and again and again says about hearing from pure devotee, hearing from pure devotee, hearing from pure devotee, hearing from... How many times, how many slokas? I can say more than 1,000 slokas are about hearing from pure devotee in Bhagavatam. So certainly it is different from gathering information from some neophyte telling so much information to you to attract the crowd. He will go and learn here, learn there, prepare a lecture with comedy and this and that, and come and present a dramatic show. And if you can gather some information, clap the hand. But there may not be transformation in your heart, and you may not really get the tattva. But when you listen to a pure devotee, it may not be as advertising as a neophyte who's becoming famous, but it will certainly have great transformation, like Prahalad, Durva. They're small boys. They had great transformation, audience of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a very short duration. This is the result. Palena parichayate. You become puffed up by gathering too many knowledge, information, stories, pastimes, and I know things. I know, this kind of things. So you'll become puffed up by the knowledge. Realization comes by hearing from pure devotees. So certainly hearing from Prabhupada Guru Maharaj is mandatory. It is not optional. You can skip some Prabhu's lecture, but you cannot skip Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada lecture. Make it a point to hear from Prabhupada. You will have so much clarity. Hear from Guru Maharaj, you will have more clarity. This is the formula on which we are all working. Thank you very much. Okay. It's night, yeah. You need to sleep. It's Damodar Mas. All of you should get up early, at least at 4:30, 5 o'clock. You have to be up and take bath and fully absorb your morning times. Kindly don't waste your morning times. Chant nicely, do some arati, and hear some Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Keep your Damodar Mas very, very blissful. In the evening, show arati to Krishna and Damodar Arati. Okay. Thank you very much. Go to sleep as soon as possible. Let us offer our loving, respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, especially the Acharya Parampara, who are very, very kind upon us and revealing all these transcendental truths to us. Let us offer our obeisances, including Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Vancha
Kalpatarubhyascha
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrind ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Guru Maharaj ki jai.